On April the 13th, 2025, $800,000 appeared on the bank account of the Gamers Outreach charity. Money that will go directly towards providing support for the children's hospitals across the world and help provide entertainment for countless sick kids. All as a result of a single Minecraft server gathering in one place for 2 days. Over one weekend, several members of Hermitcraft SMP and a few friends have run Gamers Forgiven, a yearly event hosted via livestream to raise money for Gamers Outreach, a charity that gives go-karts, portable gaming stations, to children's hospitals, as well as training staff how to use and troubleshoot them.
And I had one doctor said, "Oh yeah, we pulled those into the call room at night." So 600,000 kids and a couple doctors late at night playing some games in the call room.
Totally.
This might seem like just a silly bit of fun, but make no mistake, lives will be changed thanks to the...
Oh my god!
and the...
Martin, help! I then took a picture, laughed, and then just like carried on with what I was doing.
And that is very hard to say without laughing. So how exactly does slapping your coworker with a tortilla help make the day a little brighter for sick children? Let's find out together as we look at what the heck even happened during the Hermitcraft Gamers Forgiven livestream. On the weekend of April 12 and 13, over a dozen hermits and friends gathered at the Mojang offices in Washington, some flown in from as far away as Australia, with even more attending via video call on a telepresence robot that they could remote control around the office, and also yank and carry around the office. Finally, portable friends!
It was very nice of Mojang to host us.
I don't want to like.
We kicked everybody out of the office.
Yeah, they kicked everyone out the office. Like they told everyone to work from home. It's actually really cool. It's incredibly generous of them.
Each day was split up into series of games and events, which we'll cover here in more or less chronological order, interspersed with fulfilling donation incentives. Prominent among these was a long bridge built on the Hermitcraft server throughout the weekend, covered in signs bearing donators' names.
Azuma mass producing wood at the factory.
Yep.
And those are unlimited.
Nice,
So we can just keep adding those to our heart's content.
Every time the group reached a $100,000 milestone, they also spun a wheel with a rotating variety of rewards, adding extra hijinks like nerf battles and snail races between the main events.
Ah! Did I just get... I don't even know if I just...
And the weekend also came with an amazing announcement, as Good Times with Scar is now a member of the board of directors for Gamers Outreach. Congratulations to him on this awesome appointment, and we look forward to what future years bring with his hat in the ring. As of this video, donations are still open, so we've left the link below if you'd like to give $1 or free to help sick kids and their families. It's the least we could do to help, though I did ask Pixelriff's partner to slap him with a tortilla for me, just in case. The weekend got underway with the Imp or Skis podcast, which actually was hosted by Martin. The podcast hosts were fitted with shock collars on their arms and given a random question to give an opinion on to a panel of fellow hermits. Each round, the panel voted on which answer they liked better, and the loser got shocked at a power level that rose with each question.
Ow! I didn't lose! I didn't lose!
And since Green was the one holding the button, sometimes they just got shocked for the heck of it.
You suck. That was a vibrate.
In all fairness, he did get a taste of his own medicine.
You sure?
Yeah, sure.
That is funny!
The final question was even decided by the viewers as a poll taken via donations, with the loser facing a full highest level shock. Equally electrifying was the guitar Rendog played next, because it was an electric guitar. A custom Hermitcraft model to be signed by everyone present. Ren did do a great job of showing both the guitar sound and his age by playing Good Riddance, a treat we won't share here mostly in case it was good enough to trigger copyright detection. You'll have to check the VOD yourself.
Okay, cool. Also, I'm putting these glasses on because I'm nervous as hell.
The electric guitar was brought in for auction as part of the fundraiser, to go to the highest bidder along with dozens of unique artifacts. Other inclusions were signed TCG cards, a custom vinyl of Please Hold, a Hermitcraft branded PC, and a cat toy. More on that later. Also part of the auction were friendship bracelets handcrafted by the Hermits and their guests at Gemini Tay's desk over the course of the weekend. Zombie Cleo even helped design a bracelet despite only attempted via Robo Cleo, the telepresence robot, which still allowed them the free run of the building, occasionally with Rendog's help, in a rare instance of him carrying. the world's most useful LAN party continued with Guess the Build. Essentially, telephone meets Pictionary meets Minecraft meets whatever is going on here.
Well, this is a masterpiece.
I see it.
I was so proud of it. I actually already signed it.
Everyone had to build or draw something each round. Then guess what the next person's thing was. The twist being that the next person then had to draw that guess, resulting in some hilarious distortions of the original prompts. And yes, Capfan went full method actor and became Cab Ross for the occasion, complete with the wig and a beard. I mean, complete with his very real and natural facial hair. Looking good, buddy. He even got to draw some happy little cactuses.
My prompt was a horrible octopus.
Explain where the horrible's coming in.
It's like mid at best.
Alright.
Cab Ross and several others took turns between drawing in real life, drawings that also were signed and auctioned off, and building the prompts in Minecraft, which unfortunately are a bit less auctionable, even if some of them were true works of art. Shout out to Geminatei's needlessly amazing giraffe.
Look at that, that's insane. The final guess was Giraffe doing the limbo.
Perfect.
There it is. They were all scarred from the first one.
Each time the donation meter reached 100,000 milestone, a wheel was spun to determine a special extra segment. And pretty early on, we lucked out into the first official Hermitcraft YouTuber boxing match.
Huge moves, everybody. We got Ollie Bessie, thanks to Link, also known as Critter Peach. Hello to the reply.
No word of the soccer boppers were also being signed for auction. Now, if we haven't convinced you to go check out the full stream VOD yet, let us introduce you to the sleeper hit of the weekend, the Quiet Games.
You could hear nothing, which is, it was intentional. That was an intentional sound issue.
Hosted by Zadef and Tango, the Quiet Games were a series of strange and noisy activities that challenged teams to play as quietly as possible. Each team was scored both on how well they accomplished the activity and on the average decibels in the room while they completed it. Which makes it extra silly when Green's response to Jimmy laughing is to slap him on the head very noisily.
I couldn't even blow, I was gone.
You just had to hold it together.
I couldn't. Dude,
Hold it together for 5 minutes.
Starting out simple with passing marbles from one bowl to another, well, with spoons connected to a bell, so yeah, not that quite simply actually.
when it hit, I almost said, "Red!"
Each game was a bit more challenging to stay quiet during, especially because it was hilarious.
Impulse is slow and he has no aim.
What do you mean?
The final game, though, turned the floor into a maze of bubble wrap and rubber chickens that one teammate had to navigate blindfolded, while the other was equipped with the aptly named Stick of Persuasion, their sole tool in guiding their teammate through the task. Though how they used the beaten stick varied from team to team.
Cute because he used the stick to hit the moan stick into his hand.
Judges, we can be bought.
Elsewhere in the building, Joe Hills, Capfan, Rendog and Pearlescent Moon held a mini tournament of Hermitcraft TCG, using actual cards made of actual cardboard, and a real coin which proved strangely challenging to flip.
I'm calling heads.
You two are miserable at coin flip. Can I just say?
Was that?
And of course, Rendog proved himself the biggest nerd of the bunch for having his own deck in his own card covers, which at the very least was helpful for telling his own cards from the ones rapidly appearing in his hand throughout the finals.
By the way, chat, I'm the only one that's rocked up with like proper pro sleeves. I feel like an idiot.
For every 1,000 donated during the match, both players are given an extra card. So it's very impressive that by the end, both seem to have a whole extra deck on their hands, resulting in the most intense game of TCG ever.
Save Squar.
If we don't hit the next milestone, I am vengeancing Cub out of existence.
Come on,
I'm
guys.
de-atomizing.
Please. Please.
Okay?
Do we move on from trading cards to trading blows, because the next milestone spin was for the Tortilla Challenge. In this challenge, which we're pretty sure Skizzleman just made up himself, two Hermits face off in a tortilla slap fight. The twist being, their mouths are also full of water, and they have to not spit it out, either from the impact or from inevitable laughter that follows. Least you thought that the server was above YouTuber slap fights.
Break off. Oh no, he's gonna lose from laughing. I need a little vacuum or something. It was worth it!
In the meantime, the rest of the group has been helping out with another donation incentive, signs. The Hermits gathered to build a super long bridge covered in signs for those who donated at least $25 during this and a few other hours during the weekend. You would not think that placing signs would result in casualties, but Randog found a way. The way was to annoy false symmetry.
You're so sad. You're so upset.
You saw nothing. You saw nothing. There's no one's stuff around me. No one's dead.
The benefit of being in the same room with the person you're trolling though, is that when they send you back to spawn, you can send them back to the hallway.
I've got my earphones in. You're gonna pull my earphones out. Dude, I'm sitting on a weapon. This is the weapon, the chair.
Just a reminder, these are the same nerds you've been watching for 10 seasons now. Somewhere along the way, someone spun a wheel that told everyone it was time for enough war, so the desks quickly became cover for enemy fire. With their team losing, Scar and Jimmy come up with a daring plan. Get behind enemy lines using Scar as a tank.
Jimmy wheeled Scar in like he was a tank, and he just went got everyone.
So this will be on the auction.
All of them will.
This proves wildly successful, netting Hot Guy 4 kills in a row and finishing off the enemy team. The nerf blasters were, of course, also signed and added to the auctions. Just about everything got signed over the weekend, it seems, though not all of it got listed online. I'm sorry, but no amount of money will get you Pearlescent Moon's signed leg.
My ankle is attached to my body. I cannot auction that off. I'm sorry.
Day 2 began with an interview with the Minecraft movie director Jared Hess, also known for his work on Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. Scar couldn't help but fanboy over the variety of his movies during their talk.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That was really cool. He's
He's
so
like a normal
funny.
guy.
Of course he's a normal guy.
Well, you know, like Hollywood fancy people, you never know. Like, he was really cool.
Jared shared several behind-the-scenes details from the movie, including the news that Mambo Jumbo not only appeared as a cameo, he was actually also a consulting expert on the subject of Minecraft itself throughout production. Guess they just ignored whatever he had to say about the chicken cooker design.
Yeah, we love Mumbo.
We do love Mumbo. Too much.
The randomness of the next random spin for a $100,000 milestone was a bit lacking because the group was eager to show off one of the other auction items. A set of remote control snails made for the event by Triple C Cosplay.
Archery, snails, harmonica, snails, and harmonica. So I don't know which one you think we want to happen next, but
Modeled after the wildlife snails and signed by the cast, the 3 snails take more setting up than expected, when all 3 controllers turn out to be running on the same exact radio channel. So the snails retreat with promise to continue later. Meanwhile, Pearl and Gem were not helping at all.
I'm pretty sure Grian, Gem, and Pearl were making this bridge. 2 of them are making bracelets, and I don't know where the other one is.
Tango's still my color theme. I would totally have red and black branding.
I don't even know if Tango's not a red and black person in real life, though, and you kind of are.
Tango's a blue person in real life, I feel like.
Pearl has told me now 3 times separately that she wants to kill me. I don't know what that means.
Also, Martin broke the coffee maker.
Oh no.
So I hadn't done anything crazy. I just pressed the button and it just started pouring out the side.
We probably, you know, it was us. Too much coffee.
Yeah, that's right. I'm blaming Timmy. It's Timmy's fault.
Caffeinated.
Next up was Mystery Hermits, where Pearl, Scar and Gem had to judge 3 mystery players' in-game actions and use them to guess their identities. At their disposal are clues such as their skill at parkour and PvP, miniature versions of their bases, in-game body language, ability to make a cake from memory, and even their least favorite mob.
This is
It's happening. Oh, this. Oh.
That's Tango. No, because that's Tango.
That's Tango.
Yeah.
It turns out that it's surprisingly easy to identify a hermit by what food they carry, or even how they sulk after losing to Martin at PvP. But significantly harder to figure out who still runs away at the first sight of a Ravager, despite sharing a server with Tango for years. Together they get 2 out of 3 correct, sneaking in more than a few roasts along the way.
They're doing very well.
If this was Skiz, they'd be in a corner right now, stuck.
Who's always holding a
This
totem?
person sucks at decorating.
Wow.
Next it was Rendog's turn to host, with a segment where viewers could submit questions with their donations, for the hermits and other guests to answer. Through it, we learned what the hermits would do if Minecraft wasn't paying the bills, that Toontown was Tango's favorite base, that Zedaf has a hidden talent for Rubik's Cubes, and that Pearl's fashion sense is actually not her fashion sense.
It's the code. thank Green and Gem. It's just them. I honestly have no idea what I'm putting on myself half the time. Most of the time, actually.
Jimmy also ruins his chances of ever joining Hermitcraft by revealing his plan to build a giant bathtub for his megabase should he be invited. Just not what they mean when they say clean family fun. And that's when, at long last, it was time for the snail. The solution to all three being on the same remote control frequency ended up being to just run with it, or crawl with it, slime with it. What do you even call a locomotion of the snail? The Adorable Menace's apparent design flaw isn't really a design flaw either, as they were built to go to different households through the auction, not to be raised in the same room. That doesn't stop the group, as they let Radio Chaos loose in the room and compete to control all three snails with all three controllers, miraculously getting every last one of them over the finish line, eventually.
Oh! We stuck back here. Oh, no, wait. Ollie is in second. Oh, I'm pulling him back over the line. He's back over the line. Someone please make the snail go.
By popular demand and despite the closure of Permit Office, the swiftly rebranded Hermit Master was the main event for the Sunday. Green still serves as proctor, but Gem joins to do the actual judging and falls quite naturally to the Greg Davies role.
Gemini Tay?
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to judge everyone.
She volunteered.
Force immediately steals the bring in the tiniest item round, and everyone's heart by showing off the smallest Minecraft turtle to ever exist.
That's the tiniest thing.
Yeah,
and if you can see, it's even got eyeballs.
Need to be the smallest.
It's a little different colored stomach. It's very cute. It's very cute.
But we'll have to give the best still to Martin for his submission of a cat toy he got from Jimmy's house before they even left UK.
I don't know why you're laughing, because I've got one of yours and all.
Foresight or kleptomania? You make the call. A variety of other tasks follow, some in game, some in real life, and most crossing over between them, resulting in stagehands covered in sticky notes and handshakes so secret they're unknown even to those that created them. One round challenged contestants to create a jingle for the charity event, to be ranked by how inspired Gem felt to donate after hearing the song. Jimmy generously gave 5 points to Ollie, against his will, by getting him to create and sing the jingle for him, though Ollie's real prize was spending 15 less minutes playing League of Legends.
Come on, Jim. Get into it now.
All right, I'm here.
Outreach.
I'm okay.
You into it?
I'm here.
More like a potato.
The final round results in some interesting definitions of the word disguise, as competitors had to give a carrot a new look. Weirdly, multiple people took the route of cutting open a rubber chicken to tuck away their carrot. Less surprisingly, but equally weirdly, Joe Hills hid his in a post-hockey game Nerf Dot mosh pit.
But Gem isn't from the United States. Gem is from Newfoundland. Curling? Do people dress up like this for curling? Are they like, yeah, sweep, sweep, sweep? What?
We won't reveal who won here, and really we're all losers, but we'll award Pearl for mimicking the weirdest face she could build in 5 minutes by drawing a mustache on her real face with her real permanent marker. Some actions have consequences, and I love when people forget that.
Hi, how's it going? You said to commit. This is permanent marker, by the way. Just saying.
Next up, Skizzleman returns to host for another moderately sadistic segment, this time a twist on the Hot Ones challenge. Instead of just climbing the Scoville ladder, each round 3 contestants ate a piece of chicken, 2 with one of the milder sauce, and 1 with the hotter variety, and then had to poker face their way through the burn. A panel of less courageous hermits then voted on which of the 3 they thought had the stronger sauce, sentencing them to a dose of the hottest of the bunch.
My cheek system is ruined. I'll be saying the same later. Some of them are just.
A special thanks goes off to Joe Hills for the phrase "wash your hands before touching your eyes or your friend's eyes," which is now a permanent part of the spicy food safety rules.
I'm not an idiot who's gonna get scored burned eyes. Now I can touch his eyeballs with impunity. It's fine.
The shock collars returned for the harmonica challenge, a straightforward but inexplicable game where players try not to toot their harps while being shocked. Most of the competitors prove far less resistant to electricity than Impulse or Skizzleman, except one, Tango Tech, who is declared dead inside after barely reacting to even the strongest of jolts. Much to everyone else's shock, ironically.
Ow! What the? That was just on my skin. Sorry, dude. Come on.
I'm so glad I've got you doing this.
And finally, with the weekend's auction completed, the grand total raised past a huge milestone.
500 on the match from Patrick. 800,000! Well done, everybody.
The generosity of the Hermitcraft community and of the hermits themselves for donating their time to the event cannot be understated. This was an amazing turnout for an amazing event all around. And of course, with a dozen different feeds running through the weekend, we're bound to have missed some of the best bits. So we'd love to hear about your favorite moments in the comments below. And that's about it for today's recap. My name is LoyXP, our writer is Liara, captions on this video are also provided by Liara. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe so you don't miss next recaps, thanks for watching, and thank you for doing so much good in this world.